Michael Jordan. His name alone invokes images of dominance, greatness, and the ultimate competitor in sports history. But today, we're diving into an intriguing what-if scenario. What if MJ had played in the social media era? Would he have been even more dominant, as Steve Kerr suggests, or would his mythical status be diminished under today's 24/7 scrutiny? Buckle up, because this is a conversation that's going to get insightful, nuanced, and maybe a little controversial. Let's start with Steve Kerr's bold claim. For context, in a 2016 interview, Kerr said, and I quote, "There would have been so many more slights. He might have won more titles." Now, if you've watched MJ during his career or seen The Last Dance, you know he thrived on turning even the smallest slights into massive fuel for his fire. Whether it was a snub from George Karl at a restaurant or Jerry Krause praising another player, Jordan would take it absolutely personal.
During the finals, we go out to dinner one night. George Karl's over on the other side, having dinner. But, hey, there's George Karl over there. And George Karl does not come over and speak to him. He walked right past me. Now look at my, really? Oh, so that's how you gonna play it? I said, it's a crock of shit. And then we went to Carolina. You know Dean Smith. You got to see him in the summer. We play golf. You gonna do this? Okay, fine. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
And when MJ took things personally, the results were devastating for his opponents. We all remember the meme with Isaiah Thomas. Kerr's argument makes sense, at least on the surface. Imagine a fan tweeting, "MJ's just a ball hog who can't win without Scottie Pippen." You know Jordan would have responded by dropping a 50-point triple-double the next night. Or what about a viral video dissecting his so-called weaknesses early in his career? It's easy to envision MJ using social media hate as motivation to obliterate the competition. But let's dive deeper. Critics of Jordan's early career often pointed to his inability to trust his teammates. This was especially true during the Bulls' playoff struggles before their first championship in 1991. Even Jordan admitted it was a 7-year journey to shed the one-man team stigma. His critics at the time, and there were plenty, pushed him to grow, evolve, and eventually become the leader who guided the Bulls to 6 championships. Now imagine that journey amplified by the intensity of social media. Every misstep, every failed playoff series would have been a trending topic. Would it have derailed him, or would it have made him even hungrier? If we're taking Kerr's word for it, MJ's relentless mindset would have thrived in today's culture of instant feedback and viral moments. In The Last Dance documentary, we got a glimpse into Jordan's psychological edge. His trainer, Tim Grover, revealed that Jordan would manufacture reasons to push himself. Sometimes it was as simple as telling his opponents he'd score 50 just to hold himself accountable. If that's how he operated in the pre-internet era, imagine what social media could have added to his motivation arsenal. But what about the other side of the coin? Let's be real, social media isn't just a tool for motivation. It's also an unforgiving microscope that magnifies every flaw. Jordan's legacy status was partially built on the mystique of his era, a time when players weren't criticized 24/7. Take his brief baseball career, for example. In today's world, memes would have been endless. Every strikeout would have been turned into a TikTok trend. And what about his well-documented gambling habits? In the 90s, these were reported in newspapers and discussed among hardcore fans.
Do you have a gambling problem?
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby.
In the social media era, it could be a headline every day. Could Jordan have maintained his focus with that level of noise? And then there's the matter of competition. If Jordan played today, he'd face an entirely different breed of athletes. Advanced analytics, sports science, and global talent pools have elevated the game, no matter what the old heads might tell you. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, these are players who bring unique challenges that MJ never really had to deal with. Would he have won 6 titles against today's super teams? It's definitely worth questioning. And let's not forget the influence of branding and media narratives. Social media would have added another layer to MJ's mystique, or perhaps unraveled it. Jordan's Air Jordan brand was a massive success, partly because it portrayed him as untouchable. Imagine a Twitter storm over his interactions with teammates or his comments during press conferences.
Hey Dennis, let me know when he's going to set a back screen on me. Set that screen right there so you just want me to open it up and just hold him. If you have to switch out.
Would his brand have thrived in the same way? On the flip side, MJ's unparalleled charisma and on-court dominance might have made him a social media darling. Viral moments of his game winners or iconic dunks would have flooded platforms, solidifying his legacy in real time. His ability to control narratives, as we saw during his playing days, suggests he might have mastered social media just as he did on the hardwood. So was Steve Kerr right? Would Michael Jordan have been more dominant in the social media era? The answer really isn't black and white. On one hand, MJ's unparalleled competitive drives suggest he would have used social media criticism as fuel to reach even greater heights. On the other hand, the constant scrutiny, coupled with today's stronger competition, might have made his journey far more challenging. Ultimately, Jordan's greatness transcends eras. Whether he's dominating in the 90s or dunking on Twitter trolls today, his legacy is cemented regardless. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you agree with Steve Kerr, or do you think MJ's mythical status would have taken a little bit of a hit in today's world? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more upcoming videos and NBA content. My name is Damian Peters, this is Basketball Network. Thank you always for watching, and I'll see you next time.